Now, the communications regulator Ofcom has published a report concluding that the Royal Mail could save up to £650 million if it delivered letters just 3 days a week and £200 million if it stopped Saturday deliveries.
Well, what we're saying today is that this is an incredibly important service, our mail, our letters, our parcels, and people really value the role that actually our posties play in our communities as well. But we do need some change because the way we're using that service has changed so much over the last 10 or so years. We're sending half the number of letters today, for example, as we were back in 2012. So something's got to give.
The idea of cutting the number of delivery days has been welcomed by the loss-making Royal Mail, but such a move would require legislation, and the Prime Minister today signalled his support for maintaining the 6-day service. We addressed the issue with Craig Anderson, who's the Scotland Regional Secretary of the Communication Workers Union. So these recommendations from Ofcom come after a lot of research. What's your reaction to it, you and your members?
The reaction to the report is disappointing. To be perfectly honest, it only looks at one side of the problem, and the problem being is that Royal Mail now is a company that is losing money. Before, in the last 18 months, the company was a very good profit-making company, but several senior members of management decided on a strategy where they gave away over £700 million worth of profit. Ran the company virtually to its knees, and now the regulator is trying to, in our view, trying to help the company out rather than actually look at what's best for consumers and people in Scotland.
Well, Royal Mail isn't here to defend itself, but Ofcom has said that Royal Mail is already loss-making and it will be financially and operationally unsustainable in the long term without reform.
The situation is that growth is what's required in Royal Mail. Royal Mail needs to look at, different roles for postal workers, work streams and things like that. We will be submitting our proposals to Ofcom and to Royal Mail, and we'll sit down with Royal Mail and discuss that.
But, I mean, the fact of the matter is society has changed. I mean, is it the number of letters has halved since 2011? Does the Royal Mail not need to change with the times? We're in a different society now. People aren't writing as many letters. There's just not as many letters to deliver. Yeah,
that's true. But there's more addresses to visit. There's more parcel traffic than ever. And the company has reformed. They have large centres that have recently been built to actually modernise. The union itself is, over time, repeatedly entered into negotiations, successful negotiations, and actually modernised with the company. The issue being is that the report doesn't actually focus on how the company got to the position it's currently in.
So what reforms would you want to see then to stop? Presumably you want to see Royal Mail making profits?
Obviously. What we would like to do is we would like to actually sit down with the company, look seriously at the Universal Service Agreement, obligation. We'd obviously like to look at how we can grow the company, how we can utilise all our members who visit virtually every house in the UK, and also address some of the issues, especially in Scotland and the kind of more rural communities where we have real problems recruiting people and maintaining staff levels.
So what kind of reforms would you embrace then?
We would be looking at, without getting into huge detail, but there's certainly work there delivering locally. There's work there that could be done for, delivering pharmacy, prescriptions. There's work there, for postal workers. There's been trials in the past. So there are quite a few different things that need to be explored.
But do you not think that we need to have a debate about the future of the Postal Service? That's what Ofcom says that they want to start here. I mean, the idea of a 6-day delivery service, I mean, is that, someone's described it as nostalgic?
I think when you look... That
was the head of Royal Mail that said that, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it depends what head of Royal Mail it is, because the most recent ones have left. When you look at the report isn't about, in our opinion, about actually opening that debate. They should have came and actually seen more than one side of the story. Instead of that, what they've done is looked at the managed decline. And Ofcom, as I say, we want an independent review of what Ofcom's actually done.
OK, and we will have to leave it there. But Craig, thank you very much indeed for joining us this evening. Thank you.